Welcome back to
Hey, hello and welcome back to episode 2
of Marriage After the A Word.
The second one. Wow.
Here we go.
Here we are.
So this time we have come up with our little sections, so we will have a look at those as we go through.
I've even got a sheet.
And who wrote on the sheet?
Prepared by my wife. Lovely wife. Thank you.
Yes, so we are going to run through. This episode is going to focus on kind of going away for holidays, having nights away, just us two, which has never happened. Never, ever,
No.
without Noah. Or going away if it was me away for a night or Stuart away for a night.
Very scary when that happens.
Whereas when you're away, it's actually okay. But probably easier, in fact.
Thanks. It's really.
But we're going to talk about that.
I thought it wasn't going to be moaning.
No. We've got one section for the moan because, let's be honest with us, it's always going to happen.
Yes, indeed.
Marriage After the A Word involves a lot of moaning. And that section is going to be, can I just say?
Can I just say? Can I just say? Can I just say?
What do you want to
One
say?
thing.
One
two
thing
things.
only.
I've actually.
Well, you
written
don't
a whole
need all
list.
your list. Just do one thing that you want to just say
Well, we're starting
about
that's
our
now.
marriage. Go for it. That annoys one. You don't need to hand fingers. We're just going one. Come on.
So the thing that really annoys me
Yep.
is when I'm lying in bed and you come in
Mm-hmm.
and you're always moaning that I'm on your side of the bed. Like, it's our bed. You don't own that side.
I mean,
And just because I'm flopped all over the bed and then you're like, God, get off my side all the time. Like, pretty much every night you come in like that.
It's been very hot, and you make my side all warm. And yeah, it is every night, isn't it, Stuart? Because you are just having a lovely little relax, laying on the bed. I have slaved over bedtime, and then I come in, want to just get into bed because I've been trying to get into sleep for hours on end, and then I get into a horrible hot bed. I don't moan about it in the winter.
Yes,
No.
You seem to moan. As
Just
in
the summer.
Even when I try and get close, I think it's just the closeness. I just thought, hey, we might have a little cuddle. And no, it's straight, get off my side. Get off, like.
I am fully sensory overload, do not want to be touched by or cuddled. Absolutely not. Right.
So there you go.
There's yours. Well, mine links actually. Can I just say, it links bedtime and bath time are currently taking me hours, and for some reason that's a mummy job, it appears.
It has this week, hasn't it?
So,
or it seems to.
Absolutely hours.
The fact that it's a mummy job.
Which then, no, that isn't my can I just say. The can I just say is, all you have to do when we're getting ready for bed is bring me up a glass of water.
Yeah.
Number 1, that's what I'd like. Number 2, lock the doors so that every Tom, Dick and Harry can't let themselves into our house overnight.
I'm very busy in that time.
Laying on my side of the bed.
That's like my relaxation chill time because I've been at work, dealt with Noah, and then it's handover time.
Handover time, but you don't do any of those things. You don't get a glass of water. So then I'm so thirsty after trying to get him to sleep in a hot box.
I don't get the glass of water because you never drink it.
Not true. And number 2...
It's all psychological. You don't even need the glass of water. It's just something... I think you just want me to do something.
Well, that
like
would
literally,
be, that would
you just
be
think
good.
I'm sitting there twiddling my thumbs.
Laying on my side of the bed. True fact. And number 2, every door was open, every window was open. So after literally hours, like it has been hours, hasn't it? Probably 3 hours to do...
That's a bit of an over-exaggeration, I would say.
It's not. Went up to do bath time just before 8. He went to sleep at 11. That is actually true. 3 hours. And then I come in, not only are you on my side of the bed making it hot and gross, number 2, you haven't got me water, and number 3, the windows and the doors are open.
Because it's hot. Like, it's so hot. We need all the windows
So we
and
leave
doors
it unlocked? Hot.
No, not...
It's hot, guys. Sorry, insurance. Sorry, house insurance. It was a bit hot, so I thought I'd just leave my door unlocked.
Okay, well, one time. Maybe 2 times this week.
Right, we're going to leave it there.
Okay, fine.
So, next up,
yep,
we are going to have a think about what we wish we knew. So...
About...
Well, this week, about autism and how it impacts going away, how it impacts nights away, how it impacts us and our marriage based on those things. So anything you wish you knew at the start?
Every single aspect, because I literally knew nothing. Like,
Yeah.
I'd heard the word and kind of distanced myself because
Well, it just wasn't part of your life, was it?
It wasn't part of my
Or
life,
our
was
life.
it? At all.
No. So what you wish you knew is everything.
Yeah,
but if we think about like going away nights away, I think going away abroad, Sunflower Lanyard.
And we're meant to be super happy because we are going away this weekend.
This is true.
You didn't mention that bit, did you?
No. We're going away Saturday, aren't we? Saturday, just in England.
But it's good and bad. Like, going away, you think, oh, we're going away, but as probably most people know who've got an autistic child, that comes with a lot of
stress,
a lot of challenges building up to it, the actual doing it, the actual being away and then coming back. Like, it's stressful being at home, but it's probably even more stressful going away. So why do we even do it? But
good question.
We are going away. We're not going abroad because we've tried going abroad one time when he was younger, and you ended up breaking your leg, didn't you?
Yeah.
So that didn't go down very well. So apprehensive, but also I'm quite excited. Like, it's super hot, it's going to be nice, but then Noah on the beach with clothes going in the water, transitions, changing, wearing clothes after going into the sea, the reaction of the salt water on his skin, like...
Yeah, there's lots of things that could be a challenge, isn't there?
Yes.
And I think you were saying to me when you were like, why aren't you excited? And I was like, I am excited, but I definitely am feeling quite apprehensive about going away.
Are you actually happy that we're going away? Like, you don't seem it at all.
No, I am.
I'm the happy one.
I think I'm just a bit tired, a bit exhausted, too tired to be excited. But I am excited. It should be nice. And actually...
Like, you should be singing, like, we're all going on a summer... I know it's not summer yet, but almost. It feels like it.
Well, it kind of is summer,
like, you should be happy. But
I am. And I think it's just, I know that when it all goes wrong, I'm the one who has to pick up the pieces, and that's stressful. But it should be really fun. And I think it's actually about the fact that, like, what I wish I knew is certain things, like, we used to try and do because it was like the done thing or the normal thing. But actually, for us, that just caused a load of stress and it really wasn't fun. Whereas I think actually thinking about the fact that what works for us and our family and Noah and our marriage is actually way better. Whereas I think you, like, kind of compare our marriage and, like, what we do as a family to others, don't you?
Yeah, like, I thought at the start that marriage should be like this and you kind of follow an example and that's kind of how it should be. Do you know what I mean? You have a picture in your mind.
What, with going away, you mean?
With going away, and it's like, oh, you're going to do loads of things and you're going to be on the beach and having barbecues and it sort of all fits into what you want to do. But when you have a child who's got autism, all that kind of stops if you can't even get him to go out the door because he's having a massive issue with the heat, his clothes. Like, so it took a lot, and I still sometimes can't quite comprehend that whole, this is our life, he should be fitting into ours, but we're actually got to fit into his.
Yeah, definitely.
Like the hierarchy, I guess I'm saying, like, we're the adults, we are the parents. When I was kind of growing up, you sort of fit into, the children come underneath, don't they? Yeah, you do things for your children, but the adults rule, as in, like, what they say goes, and
basically compliance.
Not in a horrible, awful way, but it's like, they're the parents, so all right, we're going to go for dinner now. Yeah. Whereas we can't do that.
I don't think the parents who had a child like Noah that would have worked for. Essentially, I think it was just not spoken about, and actually those families suffered in silence or kind of were just behind closed doors. Like, it just is a fact that you can parent how you want and we can be how we want as a married couple, but actually, unless it works for Noah, it doesn't work for us either.
It doesn't work for us.
Or anyone. And I think like a big thing actually what we have learned over time and are still learning, because it's a really hard mindset to have, is to not really care what other people think.
Like,
don't you think?
I don't even know whether I'm doing a good job, like right now as a parent. Like,
well, you
are we doing a good job in a stereotypical parent? Like, probably not. I don't know. Like,
I don't know.
the
Why
house
do you think that?
is a mess. Like,
no, it's not. We had a cleaning yesterday.
yeah, we were lucky enough to have our neighbour come round and lovely Jackie
and do a clean.
Well, but that also caused a bit of an issue for when Noah came back, didn't it?
He is, and also like with travel and stuff, like he used to love watching things on the iPad, didn't he? And like he would kind of sit and watch that. That again was like a bit of a get out of jail card. But now he doesn't really want to watch the iPad, does he? He's more interested in moving around.
And that's the biggest issue, isn't it? The moving around.
And like the fact you can't explain to him that, oh, you can move around in, I don't know, 5 minutes, and that's stressful on us. Because also, like when you're in the moment, if you're in a situation that we can't control, then it gets so stressful, doesn't it? And like that's when we get annoyed at each other, because actually, say we're in an airport, it's like there are certain things you need to do at certain times, isn't there? And I think actually that's a good point and like top tip for what we wish we knew. And we did use when we went to Denmark, was the special assistance was really, really helpful, wasn't it?
That did help, didn't it?
Because like it was queue jump, like literally straight to the front. They got us through security with us. Like there was no waiting around. We didn't go on like the bus. We didn't have to wait to go on the bus. And did you
sort that before?
Yeah. So I'd emailed the airline and just explained Noah and some of his needs and just said like, what can you offer? We would like special assistance. They also gave us the sunflower lanyard. So the lanyard that shows hidden disabilities. And again, it just gives people that bit more awareness of the fact that although Noah looks normal, which people always love to say, he does have a hidden disability. He is autistic. He does have lots of allergies. He's got sensory difficulties. So there's a lot going on that people may just think, oh, why is that boy not listening? Why can't he talk?
I'm just laughing because I'm remembering like napping, because we had to kind of nap at certain times.
Yeah.
He would only nap at that point in the car. We didn't have a car. So we had that like trike bike that you would sit in like at the front. I would pedal and you would hold him and we'd like zoom around, me pedaling and you like rocking, holding him through the forest. And
when we were in Denmark.
That just made me laugh. And also you then fell down the stairs.
Yeah, so next section, it's funny now. So this is where we're going to talk about things that were actually hideous at the time and so stressful for us, but actually in hindsight, they're quite funny. So it's funny now. That leads on beautifully, because when we went to Denmark, the one and only time we have been abroad with Noah, we used our special assistance at the airport. We got our sunflower lanyard, and actually, to be fair to Noah, with a combination of lots of hard work from us, having lots of I'd bought lots of new toys for the plane.
That was helpful, wasn't it? Really helpful.
Kind of, he was obsessed with squares, the crisps at that point. That was one of his food, so we had literally tons of those bags.
In our checked-in luggage, we had to put in loads of food because Noah's got a real aversion to food. And
and that was another thing, wasn't it? And actually, we had to have a case because at that point in time, all Noah ate he ate those tomato crisps, he ate the squares, and he ate
another type of crisp
and an oat bar, I think.
Yeah.
So. But none of these foods we checked, and you couldn't get any of them in Denmark, or not in the quantities that we would need anyway. So we literally didn't. We had a full suitcase of his safe foods, because that is all he eats.
Another thing that I feel like is that good. Like that's a whole nother topic.
Yeah, which we will definitely cover. But like that for going away.
A massive worry.
Yeah, and we were rationing it, weren't we? Because we were like, okay, we're like 7 days into our holiday now. Oh my God, Stuart, we've only got one multi-pack of squares left.
Yeah.
So, and we had no way of getting them. And actually, people will say, oh, he'll eat when he's hungry. He doesn't eat when he's hungry. He probably doesn't even know he's hungry.
And that's another part of going away is like trying different foods.
Yeah.
Oh, you might like this, you don't like
Yeah.
that. What's on the menu type of thing.
Or like an ice cream.
But we're going
Absolutely
away
not.
with a suitcase full of crisps and
Sweat.
stuff from Asda or Tesco's.
Yeah.
Like,
and that is definitely really, really hard. But I think going back to Denmark, so we got there, all was fine, and actually, like, it was pretty good, wasn't it? He managed quite well
luckily,
initially.
we weren't in a hotel. We were in like a Airbnb house, which had some toys.
Yeah,
it was
a family home, wasn't
from
it?
home, wasn't it? We could do our own thing.
Which was
we
amazing.
Could cook. He had a big lounge. He had a big garden that we could stay in. My friends also massively helped us out. They picked us up from the airport. They were kind of on call, weren't they? At a drop of a hat. And luckily, when you broke your leg, I can't even remember, ankle, sprain,
my ankle.
like we're in a wheelchair or crutches, they zoomed you to the hospital. And at that point, I was thinking, my God, not only do we have Noah and I've got to like sort him and all his needs and sleeping and eating and generally trying to make him happy, but then my one rock, you, weren't there.
Oh,
like,
it was a nightmare, wasn't it?
And I didn't know whether you were going to have an operation, like have a cast.
Because it was quite bad.
And you came back on crutches and couldn't walk. And obviously doing bedtime, like the transition of...
And also, like, at that point, he would only, I mean, even kind of now, but he would only go to sleep with me standing up rocking him. And so there I was. And it was even, like, it's the crazy things you do just to get by. But, like, if you think about it, so basically, when I hurt my ankle, I was going down some steps, wasn't I?
Yeah,
and my ankle literally, holding Noah, my ankle literally just gave way.
Yeah.
But the problem was we were literally just about to go on our little bike ride in the little thing to get him to sleep. And when Noah, not so much now to be fair to him, but when he was about 2, I think.
Around about 2, wasn't it?
Yeah, and at that point, if he didn't nap when he was tired, which was quite a military operation, then you knew about it. It was hell on earth.
And it was a massive
meltdown. So there I
meltdown.
was with my Mahusif ankle, but all I was worried about was the fact that Noah needed to have a nap. So off Stuart went in the car with our friends in Denmark with Noah to get him to sleep. Thankfully, it worked.
Thankfully, he did.
He came back, and then someone else helped me get into the house with my leg up. And then anyway, it was, you just could not write it. But then when we came back, thank God for special assistance, because not only did we have it because Noah's autistic and found the whole kind of transitions in an airport, the busyness, etc., quite challenging. Obviously, I then needed special assistance because I couldn't walk and needed to be in a wheelchair.
And we also had to go in a lift, which you have a real
phobia. So I'm claustrophobic, and there's only one other time where I've been in a lift, and that was when I had a C-section for Noah.
So he's really pushed you, hasn't he?
He's really pushed me out of my comfort zone.
Which is good.
And and I remember saying to these special assistance people at the airport, I was like, I cannot get in a lift. I just can't do it. I'm going to have a panic attack. And I was like, it's fine. I'm going to get up those stairs. But it was impossible, wasn't it? I literally could not walk.
No.
And
you were in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
Like, you couldn't.
So anyway, and because Noah was obviously not coping particularly well, I did get in the lift and it was okay, thankfully. But yeah, you definitely, when you have an autistic child, push yourself out of your comfort zone for sure. And it pushes your relationship and marriage out of its comfort zone.
It still does, doesn't it? Like,
but yeah, that definitely was hideous at the time, but funny now in hindsight.
Well, I don't know.
You just
like,
couldn't write
you remember
it.
The good bits.
No, funny about, as in
horrific.
You couldn't write the fact that I ended up in a wheelchair when we were trying to navigate an airport.
Like, literally.
But yeah, 100%. If you are going abroad,
don't end up in a wheelchair.
Don't end up in a wheelchair, number one.
Yeah.
But seek support from special assistants at the airport. Let them know you're coming.
And that's probably our one biggest takeaway. They were really good.
They were.
And really,
not so good that we have been abroad again.
No,
because we're too scared.
But they were really good. So push whoever you're going with.
Yeah,
like,
100%.
To try
it's
and
a
give you
service
some
there
support.
for that reason.
Yeah.
And they're really helpful, really great. And yeah, I think, I know not everyone has had the same experiences, but if you are really clear on what your child's needs are and what you need to meet those needs, I think they will do
and
everything
did we need
in
any
their power.
Paperwork or anything to say that he was
none
autistic?
At all.
We just said he was.
Yeah, they don't
autistic.
need evidence. Yeah, it's just based on need, I think, rather than diagnosis. So if you're really clear on what those needs are, that it's in their best interest as well, isn't it, to support you, because actually it's going to make everything run more smoothly. Another funny now moment, I guess, was, so it was last summer, wasn't it? We went to Wales.
Yep.
Went to Wales. And actually, again, a little tip which we found worked really well, wasn't it, was travelling overnight. Well,
doing it and going and on holiday was good, but by the end of the holiday and for weeks afterwards,
yeah, that's
he
true.
wouldn't go in the car, would he? Like,
yeah,
he was really scared. So we thought we were doing a good thing by going overnight. We'd packed our bags all in the day.
It got us to Wales well.
8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. We left at bedtime. Was he on melatonin then?
Yeah.
Which is like a sleep drug, would you say? Is that what
it's like a sleep medication. Yeah, it's a sleep.
Another issue which we were like, does he not have?
Yeah, which we'll definitely cover in a little sleep episode.
I think we wouldn't be able to survive without it.
No, and actually it's working well for now.
Sleep. But we went at bedtime, he went to sleep. We got there. Did he wake once?
When we got there, but I don't think he did overnight, but anyway.
And then that was all good. And then he was really fearful of going, was it even pretty much straight away back
when
in
we
the
got
car?
home? I guess he didn't know where we were going, and it was like, if I get in that car seat, where am I going to end up? And yeah, so it was pretty awful. I literally couldn't get him in. I physically couldn't.
You kind of feel like you're manhandling him, don't you?
Well, you have to for certain things.
But he literally would kick and wriggle and like sit on the floor, slide out, go rigid. And what do you do at those like, they are the real crucial moments that you think, Jesus Christ, like, this is tough, don't you? Like,
and what we actually did, and I think again that's kind of been a change over time, is I was like, right, we're just not going to go anywhere. We're just going to stay at home. And actually, until he was ready, there was obviously certain things we did have to go to.
We haven't been far since, really, as in like a longer journey.
What was weird was that he would get in my dad's car. It wasn't that he didn't want to go anywhere, because when Dad came and picked him up, if it was his car, he'd get in it fine. With me, without me, he didn't care.
But it's that
fear. If it was my car or the van, then he wouldn't get in. So that kind of told us a lot, really. Again, not that he could tell us through words, but we were like, wow, you must have... And he enjoyed it when he was in Wales.
Yeah.
But that kind of change and transition, he obviously was really impacted by. So yeah, who knows whether that is a tip then, to travel overnight. It got us to Wales. It would have been hell on earth otherwise.
And we got back, but the ramifications, the impact afterwards for a good number of weeks.
Was a challenge.
Was challenging.
Because we thought, didn't we? We thought about going on the ferry to France and doing like driving overnight and like...
Because then we could pack all of his food. He'd have like a safe space of the van, which he knows.
And you can move around on the ferry. But when the night...
We got scared and didn't.
Yeah, when the issue happened with him travelling overnight and then being scared, we were like, oh, okay, well, that's probably not going to be a good plan. So we haven't done that. But I do know there's someone I follow on
kind of risk and reward,
Instagram, who
isn't
loves it. Yeah.
Risk.
Yeah.
Of,
is it worth it? That's what we're always thinking.
Is it all going to fail compared to... Because in your mind, a holiday is sipping margaritas on the beach, in your bikini. Like, for me, it's like going surfing in the water, swimming. But that is probably 1% of the time when you're away, other than you're just stressing about, Noah, is the front gate of the house, the new house, is that safe? Is he going to get in the oven? Is he going to enjoy being in that environment? Is he going to go to sleep? Is he going to get wet
in the
get wet?
sea and then not wear clothes? Yeah, there's a lot. Probably why I'm maybe not as excited.
Are we actually putting people off?
But then what was weird, so we've been to Wales and then we came back, didn't we? And then probably, I don't know, a week later,
went away
we'd
with
already
my parents.
planned to go away with Stuart's parents just to Norfolk, so short drive. We were like, oh my God, we've somehow got to get this kid in the car. We managed it somehow, but it was so stressful.
2 hour drive.
We did nearly kill each other in the process of trying to get Noah into the car seat. But once he was in, he was okay. It was just getting him in. And then anyway, got there. This kid who normally loves the beach, doesn't he?
And we
loved it in Wales.
We picked a place with separate bedrooms, right on the beach. We could walk to the beach, walk back.
A lot of planning had gone into it.
And we walked to the beach, got there, literally, as soon as we got there, we walked straight to the beach because Noah likes the beach, he likes to see. Within minutes,
literally.
He was turning
going,
around,
wasn't he? Humming, which shows that he's dysregulated,
and stimming,
pulling us by the hand to get us off the beach,
away from the beach. So we had to go back.
We left, didn't we? We were like, actually, literally, the only reason we've come here is to go to the beach because actually there was nothing else that Noah wanted to do. And we left that
holiday early. We were meant to be there 4 days. We left after 2. My parents looked after him for an hour or 2 when we went to the beach, and that was the best time. And the rest of the time, we just kind of felt like, what the hell are we doing this for?
And that's why we left, wasn't it? And actually, I think
it's so sad, isn't it? Because I love the beach and I love Norfolk, and Noah kind of does when he's not dysregulated, but it just wasn't fun. It really wasn't fun, was it? No. And at that point, you really do think, God, this is really, really tough.
And it's really easy, I think, in those situations, just think, right, we're going to stay. You almost like make it a goal to do what you wanted to do.
And I guess normal parenting, you could push through and go, right, tomorrow we're going to go to the zoo, or we're going to go and get an ice cream, or we're going to build sandcastles. But for Noah, he's not interested.
Well, he doesn't understand either, so you can't tell him that.
And you can't tell him. And it's just the here and now. And the here and now is the fact that he's been kicking off, moaning, screaming for an hour, 2 hours. And we're at breaking point in terms of stress. And it's just like, let's just get out of here. Like, let's not
go back to our safe space of our house, because actually things are easier here. And sometimes you just think, why am I fighting this battle? Like, it will be so much easier and better for everyone to go home.
And we are better at knowing. Rather than Noah tipping over the edge, which causes us to tip over the edge, we know the points leading up to that, so we can get that before and go, right, we're going to stop having the meltdown and try and stop the stress and remove ourselves.
It's like spotting, isn't it? Those early cues of like,
that's
actually, he's making a humming noise, he's pulling us by the hand, he's scratching. Like, there's all those early warning signs that, right, we need to almost quit and change what we're doing, change our expectation, and try and regulate him. Because actually, if you get to the point where he's dysregulated, A, there's no getting him out of it, and B, it's game over, and C, that's when we're like at each other, because it's just so stressful for everyone involved.
And there really is no getting out of that, is there? Like that to me is like the parenting bit that I thought, oh, well, I'm the parent, I can kind of overcome that or push Noah through it to get out the other side, but you really can't, can you? You're just in it. And then, to be honest, I go, Emily, where are you? Where are you, Emily? Like, but you seem to know just how to do it all.
I think maybe I'm just a bit more patient, as in like, what's the other option? Like, I can't, there's, unfortunately, you go, Emily, your turn. And then there's no one for me to pass to. So I either solve it and regulate him, or we just stay in a meltdown forevermore. But yeah, and also like, I'm with him the most out of anyone. So I probably do know how to co-regulate with him more because I've done it more. And yeah, he gets a lot of kind of comfort from me. So,
I wonder whether that's the same with other people. Like,
I don't know.
You are mum. He sees me as kind of the fun, stupid, roll around, rough and tumble,
loud man,
kind of loud, running after me. Whereas you're safe, secure, responsive, kind of like, okay, I'll just put a halo around your head. Whereas
I wonder if it's also because like you work full time, I work part time. Like, maternity leave for mums is way better than for dads. So like, kind of the way society, or not everyone obviously, but how we work kind of means that I am the primary caregiver really, and you're the fun one, unless it's all going wrong, and then you're Emily, have him back. Okay, so another little section is for where listeners can write in and message us. So it might be questions, it might be stories. We're going with at the moment, because autism didn't come with a manual for that section, because that is so true, isn't it? But yeah, who knows whether that will stay the name. So this week, a couple of people have messaged in. So first question, why does Noah get up so early?
Or you could say, go to bed so late. Have little sleep, you could say.
Go on then,
he does.
why?
I don't know. I don't know, do I? To annoy me?
Yeah, I mean, we wish we did know, because then we could solve the problem.
Oh,
I mean, it's
a lion. Can you remember a lion?
It seems to come hand in hand.
Can you remember just us two lying in bed, waking up without him waking us up?
No.
No? You know those times when we used to cuddle? Yeah.
So it seems like autism and...
like that, no. Do you remember those times? There was a time when we used to
yeah,
enjoy waking up.
I do remember.
Okay,
a long time ago.
Sorry for mentioning it.
I was just going to try and answer the question.
Okay, answer the question.
Because otherwise we're just rambling on about nothing. So, why does Noah get up so early? So apparently, for a lot of autistic people, their production of melatonin, which is the sleep hormone, is really reduced. So actually, and also like their sleep-wake cycles, their circadian rhythms can be quite...
What? That's a big word again.
Sleep.
Tell people actually.
I did. I started by saying circadian rhythms, sleep-wake cycle. So how your body knows when to sleep, when to wake, are disrupted in autistic people. And also melatonin, the sleep hormone, isn't necessarily produced as it would be in the neurotypical population. So actually everything, again, basically everything like sleep in the brain is against autistic people sleeping.
So he doesn't produce the hormone which stereotypical people have.
Sleep, yeah, or not enough of it. So that's why we do medicate Noah. He does have melatonin. That was something we started when he was around 3.5. And that was a big thing for us, which we'll definitely cover in a sleep episode.
Do we do it? Do we not do it?
Yeah.
Like we're giving him a drug, essentially sleeping.
And I think for me, the reason we did go for it is because actually it is natural in the fact that people make melatonin as normal. So if someone hasn't, for us, I felt that if he isn't making enough of it to get good quality sleep, then it's the right thing to do for us to top it up.
And it also affects us massively, doesn't it?
My God, yeah. And him. Just affects life, doesn't it?
He is better when he gets more solid chunks of sleep. We are better. We are better together. But sometimes it just doesn't work, does it?
That was our wedding song, Better Together. So yeah, that's why he gets up so early. And also I think the fact that sensory overload, he's got loads of sensory difficulties and differences. So actually his brain is in overwhelm. So quite often he's then processing that overnight when he should be sleeping. That then makes him wakeful. And I think he
just doesn't stop, does he? Literally,
no.
And his brain just doesn't seem to stop.
No, he is. And probably in time to come, I would fully imagine that he will be diagnosed with ADHD. He definitely presents with a lot of the kind of traits of that.
And that looks literally like he is jumping backwards and forwards from sofas all the time, running, banging into things, crashing, jumping, and not just for 10 minutes. It's it could
all
be
his
for
waking hours.
An hour.
Yeah.
And then
he's very much driven by a motor, isn't he?
Yeah.
And I think also potentially routines, and if something is slightly out in his day, that has an impact. He seems to not need much sleep, doesn't he? So if he goes to bed early, before kind of 8:30, then he for sure is going to be up either for 4 hours in the night or up really early.
And this week hasn't been good, has it? He hasn't been good in the hot weather.
No.
Well, we think it's
compared to how he has been all right. As in in times gone by, sleep is awful, whereas actually he is still sleeping quite well. He's just struggling to go to sleep. So yeah, I think it's kind of a mixture of all of those things. The difficulty is, and probably for a lot of non-speaking autistic children, is he can't tell us. So actually he might wake up at 3 a.m. and maybe he's just hungry, but because he can't tell us he's hungry, unless we try all the possibilities of what might be wrong, are you thirsty, are you hungry, are you lonely, are you cold, are you hot, are you ill, we don't know. So actually it might be that if we knew, we could sort out whatever the problem is and maybe he'd go back to sleep, but we don't, and he has no way of telling us.
He knows 100%, doesn't he? He knows exactly what he wants.
Sometimes I think he's just not tired anymore. He wakes up, doesn't he? And he's like,
when
Woo!
he starts
I'm awake.
screaming. So we've got a stair
Not
gate,
screaming.
which well sometimes, but when he's got a stair gate, banging his stair gate at like 1 o'clock in the morning,
So I'm
you're
awake.
like, here we go. Now it's 3 hours of pure.
If you're lucky, 3, often 4.
Awakeness.
But yeah, and that kind of links into the other question, which was why does he have disrupted sleep? So again, I think very much those sensory differences, and his central nervous system isn't regulated, so therefore he wakes up, he's trying to process information from the day. Maybe he's hot, maybe he's cold, maybe he's in pain, maybe he's hungry, maybe he's thirsty, maybe he's lonely, maybe he's scared. Like, there's so many things, isn't there? And as he develops as well, there's almost more things, because obviously he is still thinking all these things. He can't necessarily tell us, but he's having these more complex thoughts. So yeah, disrupted sleep and waking up early has definitely been a challenge. For us, we know it's always game over. You're always going to have disrupted sleep. If he goes to sleep early, if he has slept for more than 10 hours to the minute the day before, then game over. You're for sure going to be up in the night.
If he's done too much in the day, and his brain, if he's not done enough as well, sometimes, like,
there's so many factors, isn't there?
Everything has to be really precise and really to Noah's liking to work, for life to work. And again, that's like the hardest thing to grasp, but I kind of feel like I'm grasping it a lot better, that Noah leads and we kind of follow, and our life is a lot better when we put him bang middle and central of everything that we do.
100%. And then another question.
Are you impressed with that? I just said that.
Yeah, I am. I mean, I do think you know that, and
it just makes our life so much easier.
Yeah. I mean, I'd be worried if you didn't know that after 4 years, because Noah's quite persistent at giving us that message. Yeah. It's quite crystal clear, isn't it?
But at the start, I kind of thought, oh, we could change. We could change this. It's a phase, like, but definitely
isn't
not
a
phase.
No. The other one was, how do we, as husband and wife, function on such little sleep, and how do we manage it as a couple?
You mainly beating me. And
Absolutely not true. Can we just say? So I think we are 100% a team when it comes to that. When it's kind of like over the years, when it's just been normal Noah sleep, as in up lots and lots, I've done it essentially, haven't I? But when he's up for a chunk in the night,
I dip in and dip out depending on work.
You help. And also, like, if he's, say I've been up like every hour or two until 2 a.m. and then he's up from 2 till 6, normally you'll do some of the 2 till 6 shift, which saves me.
It doesn't save me.
We both work, and it is really hard to work when you're sleep deprived. Oh. I think I definitely, because it's been my norm for 4 years, I think it's my body's used to it somehow now.
Not. You're absolutely awful, shouting at me, screaming, effing and blinding. Oh. Do this, do that. You are. You grow those devil horns.
Well, I think that based on the fact that I don't sleep, I have managed quite well. But yeah, obviously it's hard when you have no sleep.
Every night. And I do respect you, because you get out no matter what. If you're ill, if you're not feeling like, if you've been out, like, you just hear him and you're up and you deal with him.
Yeah, you do definitely
and I just don't.
Yeah,
I don't hear him.
No,
sometimes.
I literally, he just has to make the smallest noise and I hear and I wake up.
It's like bizarre. A sixth sense, isn't it?
Yeah. But yeah, I think it's definitely teamwork. I think you do just get used to it. You don't have a choice. And also, I will like put a lot of effort into trying to get him back to sleep, because if not, I know he's then up and then none of us sleep. We manage it definitely, like, when it is predominantly me in the night, the way we manage it together is you're up in the morning and we'll have him, like, if it's not my working day or if it's the weekend, or like say he's up at 5, then you'll have him till say 7 so that I can then get that lucky 2 hours sleep. Lovely. But that does genuinely help, because actually at least you know you've got that bit of sleep coming, and just time out as well, like, because otherwise you never get a break. Like, if I see him all day and then I see him all night, sometimes I'm like, I just want to be on my own. But yeah, so it's definitely a
And I
tag
definitely don't get a
team.
cuddle then. You're like,
A
just
tag team,
leave
isn't
me.
it? And then if we look at stuff people say.
Stuff people say, stuff people say, stuff people say.
I think that's a bit much.
Oh, okay. Stuff people say. Is that better? Just a flat one. I think that's the first time you've smiled in this whole, however long we've been talking. It's nice to see you smile. I miss that. I'm smiling because we're going on holiday.
That was actually funny.
We
You
are
haven't
going
done
on
funny
holiday.
things. You've just been annoying.
I'm just excited.
Annoying.
Inside.
So
annoying, thanks. I've
so
got over that.
can you just repeat your little stuff people say so I might smile again?
What? Stuff people say, stuff people say, stuff people say.
Oh my god.
What do they say?
So
You have to have a laugh,
this little section.
You have to have a laugh.
You
Otherwise,
do, Stuart.
we wouldn't be able to
You
survive.
100% do. That's a key thing in our
Smile.
marriage. So stuff people say
Yes.
is going to be around the annoying things that people
Not
will
me.
often, no, not you for once, well, you might say it too, but that people who actually have no idea say to us as parents, parenting an autistic child. Often unsolicited advice, often they've got no effing idea, often
really
actually is quite rude.
This
really
gets
does.
your goat, doesn't it?
It really does. And as people know, I'm quite an outspoken person, but I have never gotten into an argument about it,
No.
so I'm clearly doing okay. But I do think it's important to, when people say really annoying things, to
When people
educate. So when people say, go on, you do your little when people say.
When people say, when.
No, just once, because
Oh.
then I'm going to say what people say.
When people say.
He'll be fine with us. That one gets me. That one really gets me because we know he will be fine.
But then it's
what happens after. And also, sometimes I want to be like, I don't want him just to be fine. I want him to be happy and have a nice time. And I know, and actually that's quite a thing we are sometimes divisive on, is the fact that when stuff has been really hard in the past and you're basically like, I just want a break, like, and you kind of prioritize your feelings and coping, which I'm not saying is a bad thing.
It's a juggle, isn't it?
Then you're like, he will be fine, as in like, he's just got to go, even if he's like literally screaming as he goes.
Because otherwise I can't cope, literally, and I'm the one that has to cope.
I can't enjoy a break from him if I know he isn't happy. And like,
but I think that's sort of, well, I don't particularly enjoy the fact that he's not
I think
unhappy.
you get over it quite quick.
Yeah, I guess so.
Like you won't, you're not actually
when the
necessarily
grandparents come, when nursery comes, hallelujah. Bye-bye. And he's actually getting really good at handovers for the moment. So
yeah, because we're about to
makes
stop nursery and go to school and it will change. He's good at handovers for you, not for me. But yeah, he'll be fine with us. And like you say, we know that he will cope when he's with the other person, but it's then like the meltdown, the dysregulation, the sensory seeking, the fact that he hasn't eaten and is starving, and the absolute hell that we then have to deal with. And then that then impacts us. So actually it's like, okay, brilliant. We've had an hour together where I've just been worrying about him.
And we'll take 3 hours
to sort it out.
Of us arguing, you upstairs, him crying, him screaming, him not being regulated.
And actually, if you think about it, even as a little baby, actually, you definitely feel like I've suppressed so many memories almost through like trauma.
I just try and forget. When
he was really little, I would always have like, it's called phantom cries, where basically I would like hear him crying even when he wasn't crying. And do you remember like you would, to try and give me a break, I guess, like this was really early days, like take him for a walk and then, but I would be so anxious because he never really settled, did he? Like even as a newborn. So like
in the baby carrier.
Yeah, and screaming.
Yeah.
And there was me like trying to have a shower and just do something for me and like relax a bit. But all I would hear was this screaming and crying. But actually it was in my brain. But like and I am such a kind of worrier.
And you text me and I'll be like, you can't possibly hear us because we're like a mile away.
Yeah.
Like, so odd.
I can in my brain.
You'd be like, is he crying? I'm like, no, he's asleep. He's asleep on me. Just leave me be.
Yeah.
And you were like, I can definitely hear him. I can definitely hear him.
Yeah. But in my brain I could. And like, it's a thing. And like so it's so hard to sometimes to hear he'll be okay, or he'll be fine with us, because actually I feel like maybe, I don't know, it's just that anxiety around will he be okay? And I think also for Noah, he can't tell people if he's not okay.
So how are we going to cope on a night away? Just us. How's that going to go down?
We're not.
Oh, great.
It's not happening. Not yet.
Well, it hasn't happened in 4 years.
No,
So
exactly. Just keep waiting. Because
thanks.
I'm just not sure he would be fine. To be fair,
He would. He's 4.
but maybe, yeah, he's 4, but he's Noah.
And then it'd probably take him 4 weeks to get
Exactly.
over it.
I probably wouldn't be able to leave the house. That's the thing. This is what I've got to think about. He'd like hold me here hostage in case I never came back.
He wouldn't do the same to me, so I could just go.
Yeah, you'll be all right. This is a bit of an aside, but at nursery, when there's another dad who often picks up early than we do, and apparently Noah's like wanted to go with this guy who's similar size to Stuart, a little bit similar in looks, and apparently Noah was like, "Daddy, Daddy, Daddy," trying to go with this random guy just to leave nursery.
Like,
so maybe I just need to find that random guy or a man who was a bit like you if he missed you, and maybe that would tick the box.
Maybe,
Who knows?
maybe.
Wonder what he thinks. Okay.
I'm glad you could just replace me that easily.
I mean, I don't know.
With the random
I'd
guy,
rather
that's
not
nice,
have a
isn't
random
it?
guy in my house just to make the child happy.
Yeah, I wonder whether he'd lock the doors.
yeah, it might do. It might get off my side of the bed. What people say.
What people say.
I don't know how you do it.
Oh.
You actually think this is a nice one, don't you?
Yeah, because
I don't.
people are just generally
I know.
trying to say something and say something nice. And I generally don't know how you do it either, really.
Well, don't tell me that, because that, I'm like, what I really want to say when someone says that to me is,
Go on.
what do you think I'm going to do? Just abandon Noah? Like, as in, if anyone had a child like Noah, people who have children with additional needs don't have a choice. You do cope, because what's the alternative? See you later, kid. Like,
you are their parent. The buck stops with us, with you.
And like, there is no option but to cope, really. And if you don't cope, then it's going to be a hell of a lot harder. So
but then it's also okay not to cope. And I've found that. Like,
yeah. Obviously, there's different levels, isn't there?
Yeah. Like, I was pretty depressed, wasn't I?
Yeah.
For a certain period of time. Like,
100%.
just trying to cope with everything.
But like, within our marriage and within our relationship, and both being Noah's parents, like, we cope together. Like, as in, you hold each other up, don't you? And like, there's times where I'm like, I just can't do this anymore. And you might like tap in for a minute.
A minute.
And then you're like, I can't do this, Em. He needs you. That's your favourite saying.
No,
he needs
that's
you.
not true, actually.
Maybe we should have stuff Stuart says.
You'll be charging in going, is he crying? Is he doing this?
No,
is he
I'm
that?
not to be fair, I'm not actually so bad at that anymore. I think I have got less anxious around when he's upset. Definitely.
Or if I'm doing it right or doing something the right way.
No, that's just your excuse to not do things.
It's not.
You're like, oh, I don't know how to do it. Oh, you've only been his dad for 4 years.
Well, I don't. And if I do it the wrong way, if I don't do it your way...
Not true, you just don't do it. Full stop. But yeah,
Anyhow.
I don't know how you do it. That really... I don't really like that one.
No.
Because I just think like...
He'll go out of it.
Oh, yeah.
Is that on there?
No, that isn't. That might be... But yeah, this is going to be another thing. There's so many things people say. But yeah, is he talking yet? That's another one that people love to say. Is he talking yet? And
just like he's just going to pop out a couple of words.
Oh, it's just going to be conversational tomorrow.
Yeah,
Don't you wait. Don't you worry.
And the eating. There's so many.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he'll eat eventually.
Oh, yeah. He'll eat eventually. He'll eat when he's hungry. Oh, there's so many. But yeah, is he talking yet? It's like... It's almost like they're enforcing that there's a deadline. If he's not doing it yet, game over. And it's like, actually, like, and how do you even answer that? Like, he is talking a bit.
He is
like,
a bit.
He will say wildebeest. He'll say hyena.
Yeah.
He'll say, what else did he say lately? Water.
Pepper. We've been naming some pepper.
Yeah. Monday Mouse, he said earlier. Dassy cat.
But that doesn't
really help. But
talking.
he is saying some words.
Yeah.
But equally, like, absolutely, he's not talking yet, as in how, and I just think like if they're asking us that question, they really haven't got a clue like about what our life is and what like day to day looks like. But yeah, I don't know about you guys, but is he talking yet? I don't know how you do it.
That's the end of Stuff People Say. Stuff People say for this week.
It is indeed. But yeah, so Saturday, not long to go.
Woohoo,
Off
holiday.
we go on holiday.
I mean, I'm
to
still like
Norfolk.
this. I'm happy, but I'm also slightly
Yeah. I feel
honoured.
like
We're not packed. We haven't got anything ready.
No. Well, we have got a whole bucket full of rolls. We have got about 500 packs of cookies, and they're the only two things Noah eats. So we're ready on the food department.
And the weather, sunshine.
Sunshine, so that's in our favour.
Yeah.
Is there wind though? Because
No wind,
he
'cause
hates
he doesn't
wind.
like wind on the
Well,
beach.
what, so God hasn't sent wind.
There's no wind. He hasn't sent any wind. I asked him.
Oh, good. Well done.
I had a little chat.
Thank you. At least something is on our side. So no wind, because wind is a no-no, isn't it? It can be sunny as you like, but if there's that wind blowing, Noah's not coming out.
And I'm a little bit apprehensive as, is he going to like being on the beach?
Probably not.
Like the sensory side?
Probably not. We did go to Mersey, didn't we, the other day, and he lasted an hour on the beach.
That's a little place in Essex.
Yeah.
It's by the sea.
Yeah, which is Stuart's favourite place in the world.
Yes.
Maybe not in the world, but in England.
Almost.
But yeah, so, and he didn't mind the sand.
No.
I think it's just, yeah, who knows? We'll have our little beach tent.
Hopefully.
So he likes having that little safe space.
There's not going to be too many people. We've kind of strategically booked somewhere that isn't too close to like a big car park or a holiday camp or anything like that. So
Fingers crossed we're the only ones on the beach.
let's hope so.
Fingers crossed. We'll have our beach tent. We haven't got to really worry about naps anymore, which always used to be stressful.
Which is a big tip.
Although he has started napping again. I don't know what that's all about. I think just the heat.
And we've got a separate room for him.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, hallelujah, but he doesn't go to bed until 9, 10.
Yeah.
And then I'm asleep anyway. So
yeah, on my side.
That's
yeah. And then only a short journey. He doesn't
2 hours.
He doesn't
we're going to Norfolk, which is
He
East
doesn't
Anglia, so it's not too far.
He doesn't have an issue about going in the car currently, thankfully. So that should be okay.
But we haven't been away.
So watch this space. When we come back, we'll be like, oh, he won't go in the car again. That joy. He's wearing shoes. Didn't for a long time. So that's a win. Means we can get out.
Crocs, but he doesn't wear shorts.
Oh, yeah,
he wears
that's
leggings,
going to be an issue.
That's going to be the biggest challenge.
No short sleeves,
and
no
he loves
shorts.
the water. He loves having a bath.
And
when we tried to take him swimming, he loves that. But it's the whole sensory issues around
getting dressed,
wearing clothes. So he won't wear like a beach t-shirt.
I mean, I'm still dressing him only when he's sleeping. We cannot get this kid dressed when he is awake. Like, that says it all. So whereas before, happy days, he'd wear shorts, he could go in the water, or we'd just swap them over. Shorts were a no-go. I tried to put shorts on him yesterday, didn't I? I keep trying to every day just to reintroduce them to his world.
And it's
like I'm killing him.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, it's a pair of shorts.
It's literally like
surely this is nice.
Compressing his waist.
Yeah. But yeah, he is not a fan. No. He's made that crystal clear.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's going to be hot, but he can wear to be fair, he will probably end up just in a nappy, won't he?
So if it's too hot, what are we going to do?
Sun cream. Hate sun cream. Although we've got a little aerosol one, which he doesn't mind too much.
The spray one is the best one that...
100%.
I don't really tend to do the spraying of the sun cream.
No, it's funny that. That's a mummy job.
That's a mummy job.
But yeah, there's a lot of
Daddy
issues.
does the playing on the beach. The jumping in the sea, the going in the sea. You don't really even like going in the sea. And he will be going in the sea.
He will. And then he'll be naked. And then he hates getting dry when the sand on him. Oh,
and is he going to react
What
with
have we
salt?
done? What have we done?
That's why you're not happy, isn't it? That's why you're not smiling.
I mean, I hadn't even thought about it.
I try and not think about all those things and think of the 5 minutes once you're getting into sleep that I'm sitting there with a nice gin or a nice beer or a nice rum going, well, hey, this is my holiday.
5 minutes bedtime. Yeah. And
I'm hoping
fingers
to
crossed.
go a little bit of surfing.
I'm sure you are.
You can have him for a little hour or two.
Fingers crossed he might actually sleep. No comment.
No.
No comment. I'm not setting myself up for that. But yeah, fingers crossed he might sleep a bit. Sea air is meant to be good for sleep, isn't it? Hopefully.
Yeah, let's hope so.
Fingers crossed we don't have to abort mission and come home on day 2. We shortened it, didn't we? We were going to go for longer. And like at a different time.
Yeah.
But actually we're just going to do the 3 nights.
3 nights.
Because we feel like that is enough of a break, but not so much. Because we were like, all he's going to do is go on the beach, hopefully. And if he doesn't, then we can make it work for a short time. So yeah, we shall see what happens. But
watch
this space. We'll update you next week and let you know how it's all been.
Oh, I really hope it's good. Like I just so want it to be good.
Yeah, and I think that's like the biggest, or a real hard thing, isn't it? Is that
you build it up so much.
Yeah, and you like, do that a lot.
I can't wait. Like I love going away and doing things.
Whereas you're like, oh, you're so pessimistic. And I'm like, no, I'm just a realist. And I think about everything and all the things that come with it. Whereas you're like, set yourself up for, oh yeah, it's going to be fab. And then when it's all awful, you're like a little child and have a little sulk.
Thanks.
And then I've got Noah and you sulking. It's quite stressful. So yeah, hopefully though, fingers crossed, we've done everything we can to...
Short holiday, close to within walking distance for what we're
far away from everyone else.
Far away from everybody else.
2 rooms.
Airbnb. We've got food in so we can cook at the place rather than a hotel where
little Tesco delivery
so
coming.
We can do whatever. They're probably our top tips, aren't they? And also the biggest one is if it all goes to get the hell out of Dodge and come home.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is
and not worry too much about it. Like, don't set yourself up for like, this is the be all and end all. If it all goes wrong, that's all it is. It's just gone wrong, but and it's not the end of the world.
Maybe some people have got better tips.
Yeah, let us know. We need all the tips.
Because if we can go abroad for 2 weeks to the Maldives,
dreamy. I mean, we could, but we might all die of stress.
Tell us your stress-free holiday tips.
Yeah, 100%. We'd love to know.
Everybody loves a holiday.
And we love travel. But travelling with Noah, we don't love.
And if you're going to say give them to grandparents, then I would definitely, but this one over here...
Well, you wouldn't. I don't think you actually would. Would you?
Hallelujah.
Really?
All those things. Lions, nice, relaxing, being on the beach.
Do you think he'd survive?
I would.
No, but what about Noah? I don't know if it came to it, if you actually would be up for just leaving him for a week. But maybe you would. Maybe you would be saying that annoying saying.
A night.
I'd like a night. Fine with them.
I'd like a night. One night would be good.
Yeah, we'll see. Maybe when he's sleeping.
Yeah.
When he is sleeping better, it's more doable then, isn't it? But I cannot inflict hourly or 2 hourly wake-ups on anyone. No. And although people say he'll be fine with us.
He'll get over it.
Yeah, I think I'd probably get a phone call when
pretty sharp.
No one really actually sees what he's like when he's not fine, apart from us, do they?
Well, no one's sin in the night. Like, that is the thing, is it?
And
it's just us two.
And like, even if I go out for a drink,
even I'm not.
You can't even do bedtime.
It does a little bit fill me with dread. Like,
yeah,
it does.
Yeah,
like you do get the fear because you are my safety net. Like, you are my strength.
Oh, great!
And if all else fails,
I'm here because there's nothing else I can do apart from cope and do it.
But you just have to, don't you?
Yeah, you do.
I have to
100%
kind of step up. But that's not to say it's not scary and it's not challenging, and I'm not my pants a little bit to go, God, what's he gonna do if he does this, or what if he does that, or...
And you like to text me, don't you, saying he's going mad, you need to come back now.
No, I like to text you before that point going, I think he's gonna be going.
I mean, I went to Noah's parents' evening, which is 5 minutes away.
You had a lovely time. They offered you wine.
Yeah, I didn't have one because I had a message from you saying he's going mental, you need to come back now, you need to rearrange.
He was going mental. Absolutely. And it was a meltdown. But that's because it was different.
Yeah.
You weren't there, like, bedtime routine was different.
Yeah.
It was just a challenge, isn't it?
There's a lot of challenges, lot of challenges. But thank you for listening. We'll be back next week with our little new sections.
Update
Let
on the
holiday. Let us know
holiday.
what you think about our sections.
You're talking over me. Stop I'm liking to say the ending bit.
Go on then.
Well, you always say the end bit, so...
I mean, we've only done one episode.
About the holiday, and I just want people to have a little update and give us some tips.
Go on then.
So I have. That's it. That's all I would like to say.
You have said that quite a few times, though, those things.
Well, I'm excited.
Are you going to do the thank you for listening, or am I allowed to do that?
No, go on then.
Because you forget what it's called.
Yeah.
Okay.
Marriage after the A word.
Go on then.
Second episode. I remembered. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching.
You can subscribe and find us on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Marriage After the A Word.
And Autism Podcast.
Yeah. See you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh, I should have looked over there. I was looking at you. Oh dear, I was meant to be looking over there.
Happy dreams, love's repairs.